Aquarius, welcome to the beginning of your April. It is still Aries season. The energy you're going to be feeling the most is Virgo. Now, whenever I pulled the cards, the only message that I got was, here we go again, okay? So I don't know if you've been dealing with the Virgo, or maybe it's dealing with a job, or maybe it's dealing with your habits, or Virgo also deals with like details and stuff like that. So maybe you've been having to really look at something very closely as of late. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and see what's going on for you. Okay, for some of you, I feel like this was this other person or someone you're dealing with is somebody you used to be married to or used to have a relationship with, or you guys are estranged or something like that. There could have been a lot of infidelity with that situation, but I think both of you guys were hotheads, or both of you guys were very focused, or both of you guys were both promiscuous. Okay, so very interesting messages coming through. All right, Aquarius, so we have Three of Wands in reverse. So I kind of feel like somebody doesn't have a plan, or somebody, or plan, whatever plan you did have, it went different. Like whatever you had expected, it didn't go that way. Okay, so I'm kind of confused on what that means. I feel like you're having to like readjust, or you're having to figure out what's the next step for you. I'm also seeing that you're a little like, you're kind of all over the place. I don't feel like it's a bad thing, but I feel like you're trying to figure out, okay, what's my next step? So you have your hands in a lot of different things at one time. Okay, so with the Two of Wands, I feel like you're in an in-between spot, like I was saying. So it's almost like you're in the midst of your past and going towards the future. So you're having to make that decision. Some of you are really haunted by your past, I feel, with this card showing up. But the Two of Wands is generally a good card. It really means that your fate is in your own hands. So that's always good, you know. But sometimes if you're a self-sabotager, then that's not good. So, try to figure out what you want. I'm also seeing during this time, there is a lot of earth energy here. So I do feel like this is in regards to your finances or your career. I feel like somebody stopped their old career, or they stopped their old way of making money, and so now they're trying to figure out at this time, okay, what do I want to do, or how can I make some new money? So for some of you, this is like you could have even stopped doing a job that you didn't like, and you're like, okay, I want to go towards something that is fulfilling. So you're trying to figure out your career path. For some of you, it has to do with like school or university, college, and you're trying to figure out what you want to do, like a minor or a major. And then for others of you, this is literally just, okay, I don't have any experience in anything. How can I make some money? So it kind of just seems like this week is all about trying to figure out what way you want to go with your money, which, goes with Virgo. But like I was saying, I feel like you're thinking more long term, or you would like to have something long term. And so that's why it's a bigger decision than what it generally would be for people who are just looking for, a new job, or I feel like you're looking for a new career. Some of you may have a child on the way, but I feel like that's only for a few people. I'm also saying that you have the opportunity to go towards money, or to build a family, or to have a really stable career or a stable lifestyle. So you may have someone who's calling you, or trying to get your attention so that they can hire you, or so they can put in the good word for you so that you can get hired. Don't be afraid to take that leap, okay? Because I feel like somebody has a really good opportunity, but they're afraid to take it, or they don't know if they'll be good enough, or they don't know if they'll like it, okay? I do feel like someone here watching, they definitely are afraid of change, or they're afraid of that next big step. Yeah, so some of you may be afraid of the next step going towards the future, but when I was trying to figure out what are you leaving behind, like what's your past, you don't even really want to bring it up. Like the cards were like, I'm good, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so you don't want to, you're afraid of the unknown is probably what this is, or you're kind of like trying to figure that part out. So let's see, what could you be going towards? If you don't want to talk about your past, what you should be leaving behind, what are you going towards? That also could be saying, whatever your past is, it still is kind of your present. Because if I'm looking to figure out what your past is and it won't come up, either you don't want to talk about it, or your past is still your present. So it isn't your past. There is no past, it's your present. So you figure out which way that fits for your lifestyle, And I'm going to see what the future, or which way you could be going if you would stop being afraid. Two of Wands. Okay, so there's still just opportunities, okay? Two of Wands is clarified by the Two of Wands, so this means that it's just more room for growth, more room for progression. Now with this energy, it definitely is going to be something that is a little bit challenging, but that's because it's new. Anything that you don't know or anything that you are having to learn, it's going to be a little challenging. Otherwise, it would be no use in moving towards the future. I also feel like this, the energy, the opportunities that will come, it will be like now, like, you know, like during Aries season. Like you can make a lot of progression in the midst of up until April 21st. I feel like there's a lot of changes that can happen for you in a very short amount of time, but you're afraid to take those chances. Or maybe you just don't know that they're going to happen for you. So if you're questioning if there is any opportunities coming your way, yes, but you have to like just go towards them. Don't be afraid to set it up for the future. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. So I kind of feel like somebody was distracted by love, or, you know, lust, or some sort of relationships. And so I also feel like somebody was pregnant, or somebody is pregnant, or they just had the baby or something like that, and now they're ready to get back out there and like work and stuff. Like it's been some time, but it's been some time. So I feel like someone is kind of like, I don't even know like where to start again, and you know, I don't want to leave home, or you know, something like that. It just seems like, even if you're not, you know, a woman, obviously, it just seems like there's an energy of you being kind of afraid to do something new because you've been stuck with something or someone for so long. So it kind of gives this energy of like, you know, I'm ready for something new, but I don't even know how to get back out there. That could even be with dating. Yeah, somebody hasn't come to terms with their truth, or with their with the lack of responsibility that they've been taking with their priorities. So somebody, like in the back of your mind, you know that you've been distracted, or you know you've been focused on the wrong things, or you've been living in la la land. And now that it's time to kind of structure some things out, or that's what you're wanting to do, you have to confront, you know, your skeletons. I feel like there's a conversation, or for some of you, maybe you have to go and talk to somebody that you did wrong in the past, or you ruined, or you burned a bridge with someone before, and you have to go back to them to try to fix some things. So you're nervous about that. You don't really want to do that. But for some of you, I feel like you know if it's necessary not for you to do so. I'm just saying, like, a lot of righting your wrongs. That's going to be your way to really progress towards the future, and that can be really hard, you know, to do, especially if you have a long history of just like, you know, doing the bare minimum, or doing people dirty, or even if it's not doing people dirty, but just leaving people behind, you know, that people that needed you, or people that helped you before. It can be really scary to go confront that, or confront those people. So if that's what you're dealing with, I think you know what you have to do. I think you should be gentle with yourself, though, as far as, you know, being more emotional, if that's what you have to do, or being more structured, whatever your handicap is. It's okay to know that that's your handicap. It's okay to know that's your weakness, or your weak spot. So just work on it. You know, it's kind of like working out. Yeah, okay, so this Princess of Pentacles in reverse, this is a person. If it's a person, it's Virgo, with the Hermit energy. And so I kind of feel like you guys have a really tough relationship. I don't know like what type of relationship, but with this card here, it's telling me that you guys have a lot of like battling, or there's a lot of, this person makes you feel like you have to fight back, or you have to prove yourself. They could be somebody who's always like talking down to you, or somebody who's always like, I told you so, or always throwing, you know, your past in your face. You know what I mean? Like trying to kind of tear you down. I don't think this person is good for you in this setting, because they are in reverse. And for some reason, I'm getting the feeling that they're supposed to be in your past. They're not supposed to come with you towards the future, or they're going to try to hold you back from the future, because they're always trying to pull you down. It's almost like they always want to be better than you. And so they do what it takes to keep you mentally down or emotionally down, so that you can never physically or financially grow. Okay, so if that sounds familiar to you, then I feel like you know who I'm talking about. This person, I don't think they're a bad person, but you know, people who don't want to better themselves, or if they want to stay stagnant, they're usually going to try to keep you stagnant as well, unless they really do care about you. Or if they care about themselves enough to move forward, then they want people around them moving forward as well. You understand what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like this is that. Remember, I was trying to figure out which you had to try to leave in your past. That's that person. They didn't want to show up, or wouldn't show up because they're still around you somewhat. Or they could be like, maybe their voice plays in your head a lot, and they all, like, you always hear them talking negative to you, or, you know, it's something like that. Okay, so this might be deeper for some people than others, but I'm definitely seeing that they're here. You know what I mean? Because they still are a part of your energy field within this week. Okay, so some of you are going to be having to really fight some demons, or fight. This could even be the placement in your chart. You know, if you have like a strong placement in Virgo, that is debilitating, or maybe you have like Saturn in Virgo or something like that, where it makes it really hard. You have to like really fight through, you know, the overthinking or doubting or guilt, things like that. That also deals with Virgo. So it could be a person, or it could be like that energy just in general. So yeah, I definitely see there is a Virgo around you. Alright, so Aquarius, you're showing up as the mother of air. So you really are growing in terms of yourself. So I feel like if you've been kind of lost for a while, you're getting back to yourself. So don't worry. It will take a little bit of time, and it will take you being a little bit, you know, clever, or it's going to take a little bit of finesse. But I kind of feel like this is your arena. So don't be afraid to really tap into that Aquarius energy. Alright, you're looking good though. You're looking good. I think it's more so like you're kind of in a war, or this is like, it's like chess. Okay, so you do have someone who is trying to kind of knock you off your game, or knock you off of your board, or whatever, however you want to put it. So know that, but just know that that also means that you know what's up already, so you don't have to let that be your fate. And that Virgo energy, or that Virgo person I was just talking about, is Ace of Air. So they probably have some sort of Aquarius placement in their chart as well. So they may be like an Aquarius rising sign, or an Aquarius North Node. But they're showing up as Ace of Air. So they are going to be doing a lot of talking towards you. I feel like they're really going to be trying to communicate with you and trying to get in your head. But like I said, this is your arena, because this is your life. You have a lot more power than I feel like you want to give yourself credit. So this is your life. Take control of it. Don't let them take control of it. And don't let them like outsmart you. And then we got Son of Fire. So a Son of Fire, this person, I feel like they're kind of selfish. I feel like they are very ambitious though. So whatever they put their mind to, they will try their best to do it. So if that means trying to take you out, or trying to defeat you, they will do it, or they'll try to. But with the Son of Fire, this is somebody who is not as wise as they think, okay? So they may be a smart ass, but they're not a wise ass. So they may be a smart ass, but they're not a wise guy. So really pay attention to that, because you probably have more life experience than this person. Your higher self says 5 of Cups. I feel like your higher self is being a little tough on you. Your 5 of Cups with your higher self is saying, like, okay, you're going to keep crying forever? Like, what are we going to do next? What's our next move? I feel like your higher self is like, okay, you gonna cry me a river? Like, well, okay, so what? You're sad about it, things happen, shit happens, that's the past, right? Are we gonna keep living in that? I feel like your higher self is kind of being tough with you. But I feel like it's because that's what you need, and I also feel like that's just your personality. Like, you're your toughest critic or whatever, so your higher self is gonna keep pushing you. So I kind of encourage you to just let it go. Like, not let it go meaning like just forgive somebody who did you wrong, but this means like, okay, move forward. Like, if you really are that upset about it, why are you still in communication with this person? Why do you still think about them? Why do you still let them have so much control over you? I feel like Spirit's trying to get your attention, but you don't want to pay attention, or you don't want to. It's kind of like somebody who sees spirits or something, for example, but they don't want to see them, so they don't admit that they're there. I know that was a weird analogy. That may be some of you guys' actual experience here. But what I'm trying to say is, I feel like somebody is very in tune with spirit, or they have like amplified spiritual connections than the average person. Let's put it that way. And they're running from it, and spirit is starting to get annoyed by that, or not annoyed, but spirit, when people do that and they ignore their spiritual gifts given by God, spirit starts to feel like, okay, well, if you're not going to listen to me, then fuck it, I'm not going to help you out. You know what I mean? And so then in those times of need where you're like, shit, like, I know I can tap in, Spirit's like, but we've been trying to practice with you. You can't just call on us when you need us. So if you're that person, I just got the chills. I feel like somebody they're very gifted spiritually, but they keep running from it. You gotta stop doing that shit, especially if you're over 30. After 30, that's the time where shit gets real. At least from what I've been told by people that are older than me. So after 30, if you're still running from God or your spirit, or your higher self, if you're not living in your true nature or your north node, that's not a good thing. And spirit is going to make it very hard for you, because by 30, that's like the third degree. If you're thinking every decade is a degree in your life, So after the third degree, it's like, okay, like you playing a lot of games, so we're gonna play back. So I don't know who needed to hear that message, but we have the number 8 here, emotional withdrawal. So spirit is saying, cut them motherfuckers off. Like, it's very, like, I feel like whoever your spirit guides are, they're very southern. I feel like they're charming, but they don't play no games. Wow, this is very specific. I feel like somebody has maybe it's like an ancestor trying to get your attention, or somebody who you're related to, or somebody that used to tell you stuff like that, like, or somebody who used to give you game, okay, or tell you about the game. So specifically, if you have somebody like that in your life or something like that, like an OG, that's what I'm feeling. Okay, so it's like somebody's OG is saying, like, if you don't get over that shit, or girl, if you don't keep moving forward, like, we got shit to do. Like, we have stuff that's bigger than this. And I feel like they're saying it like that, but it's really saying that person is the enemy. Like, you know how they say the devil comes in many shapes and forms? Not to say that person is the devil, but the devil is anything that keeps you from being great, So that is a form of devilish activity around you. So not to spook you, but yeah, like, pay attention. Pay attention. Wow. Okay, so this was actually a long reading. I don't know why it was so long, but I feel like whoever watched this, they needed to hear those specific messages, because like I said, I feel like somebody is tuning out spirit, and so spirit is like, look, can you tell them for me, because I know that they see them trying to give them the signs, but they don't want to listen to me. So hopefully that gave you confirmation and validation in your situation. That rhymed. So yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you have not done so already. And then if you want to have a private reading with me, all you have to do is email me, lovefromaleo@gmail.com. And with that being said, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.